Okay. Four keys.
I'll keep an eye
Some
out.
dynamite. Good morning. So, this build I'm looking at
I'll give
now.
you a good price on what I've got left. Put it to good use.
Got any more scrap metal?
This is another starter build. Like, there are two options for this. Like, you could do a version of this, like a starter version of the Blade Arc build, which is fine. It's a little bit easier to. I mean, I don't want to say easier to gear for. It doesn't require you to go into any dungeons. But I think with the recent changes, the dungeons will scale up to like, I think the dungeons in normal also scale up to 94. So you can get Akmos' Scythe inside the dungeons. Internal trauma, like Blade Arc is an internal trauma build. The problem with Blade Arc though is it's mostly hitting, like it has internal trauma on it and it has good weapon damage on it. But you would probably want to play the what's it called? The clean sweep version, which has a chance to knock down. Um, it gives minus weapon damage on it, which is fine, and then you get 175% modified damage, which basically is more physical dot. The problem is half the damage on it is bleeding damage, so you kind of, and there's no way to convert bleeding to internal trauma. So that's the reason I don't recommend the Blade Arc build as my starting build. Plus, physical requires you to get a lot of offensive ability. With a what's it called? With a Blademaster, you're going to need at least 3,000 OA. Like you need to hit 3,000 OA. Because you have no minus RR on the build. You have flat RR. You have good flat RR with break morale, but you have no minus RR on the build. And that's why I wouldn't recommend Blademaster or I wouldn't recommend doing the physical Blade Arc build as a starter build. You can, of course. It's just, yeah. It's one of those, like, with starter gear, you can look at getting about 2,800 OA. So you need to get at least 2 OA rolls on your gear. Like, so that's not that bad, but you're relying on getting 2 offensive ability rolls on your gear. You're gonna have low defensive. I mean, you're gonna have low defensive ability anyway because it's a starter build. Um, and the damage is overall it's really good, but you don't have enough duration on trauma versus the duration you would have on frostburn. I mean, it's actually about the same with the base gear, but yeah. And a lot of the blade art gear is upfront damage. Like the helmet gives you internal trauma damage, and you've got some vitality converted to physical. I thought no, not on this gear. But yeah. Um, and the like basically all the blade arc leveling gear is for blade arc spam, not for blade arc dot. Um, so you get like physical damage, attack damage converted to health, physical damage, attack damage converted to health, physical damage. attack damage converted to health, but you do get trauma damage, physical damage. Like all the gear is basically just buffing for that. Whereas going with the Blitz version, it's your two main attacks are Blitz and Shadow Strike when you're using Akmos' Scythe. Both are 100% cold damage, and it gives you basically 80% plus. Like at minimum, you'll have 80% physical damage converted to cold. So that means when you're using Flesh Warped Cask, which does 50% weapon damage to Warcry, 50% of that damage is going to be turned into cold. As well as you get to use Living Rings, which are better rings than Cronley's rings because they give health. And they're, because you can vendor farm them. Cronley, you have to just run and kill him, run and kill him, run and kill him. The only thing is you have to kill Ilgor and you have to kill Akmos. So basically you need 4 Steps of Torment runs when you do it. Like when you're doing this, whenever you swap to this gear, you need 4, probably just 1 or 2 Steps of Torment runs. And Akmos has 2 different weapons he can drop, so that's the problem there. So you're not always going to get the thing. I would recommend running it on normal though, because normal's not that hard to get to. So we'll go to Broken Hills. And just run down. Like once you can craft Targo, like if you want to do the Blade Arc version, I wouldn't recommend
that skill's not ready.
Like the idea behind the starter builds is to have something that can rush low card, no potions, deal with low card, and then allow you to speed level your next build, whatever it may be. It needs to be a safe build. Like it needs to be a bit like the reason it's always going to be dots is because it needs to be something safe that you're not going to die with often. So you're going to rush into what's his name? You rush into Lokar, you kill Lokar, and you get your gear up. Whatever helmets you've had drop on the way, like you look at all your different helmets. What are the different helmets you've had drop? Like your legendary helmets, and then you make you farm up the gear to make those helmets. You make the gear for that. Or you farm up all the materials to make the helmets. Don't make the helmets first, because you might get a better one that you like. But just farm up all the materials you need to make that gear. And then once you've farmed up all those materials, make that gear, and then speed level that character. That way you'll have an end game build set up that's going to be something that you can probably kill Ravager or something with. Your starter build can be converted into an end game build later on. You can use the starter build as the end game build, like converting it into like an end game build, like using the same kind of skills, with just like not a set, but more like just like legendary pieces to augment it. Or you can use what's it called? And Oregon's kicking the shit out of Utah. Or you can just swap over to a different endgame build. That's always possible as well. Swapping from... what's it called? Swapping from a Blade Arc Blademaster to a Targo Blademaster is painless, basically. That's the advantage of doing that. So, the problem is, you have to be very careful with Reflect.
That skill's not ready.
So the first 2 items we're getting are the, as you can see, even with the in-game gear, I still have skyrocketing health. Though I did just kind of stand in the fire.
I can't do that.
But that's the downside of Blade Arc, is you're standing still a lot of times. So we got 2 bosses to kill in here. We got Ilgor and we don't have to do the chest event. Like when you're farming these MIs, I would skip everything that's not needed. Basically. Run straight to Ilgor, run straight to Akmos. We go to Akmos from there. We gotta go up here to get Ilgor though. Sunder. Did we get the right one? No, we did not. We want the ABB one because we're doing two-handed ABB basically. ABB is one of our major frost damage weapons for this build. Well, that's an interesting play. Huh. Got all the way out to the 50. Let me just rush down here. You can get the totem. Totems are faster than the chest event. The chest event kind of sucks because it's so slow. And Akmos. He does have the scythe to do it, at least. That's good. Don't stand in his pools as much. Oh, hold on, the kitten's calling me. This one. Of all the farms, this one's gonna. This is the one that takes the longest. Come in, buddy. Oh, did Oregon just intercept the ball? That's something.
I'll give you a good price on what we've got left.
That's good. Don't care about anything else. Akmos' scythe. Chill to Fallen Skies. That's amazing. The problem is no frostburn damage. Like a little bit of frostburn damage, but 53% of physical converted to cold. This is actually going to be the weapon, probably. So I just need to get the Ilgor medal. Like, Ritualist of Frostbite is nice, I guess. Getting the extra 8% health from Pneumatic Burst. Getting the ensured duration. Getting the extra bonus cold damage is nice. But 48% weapon damage when you have a big hitting weapon like this is much better. So, this is basically 100% physical to cold. Just this weapon on this thing. So I got 100% physical to cold, 100% acid to cold. Which is great for this kind of build. Away. But still, I said 4. So let's go do 4. This is not really a competitive
That
game.
skill's not ready. That skill's not ready.
Oregon should have beat Washington, even though they were on the road. But Washington's undefeated right now. Oregon's still a better team.
I can't do that yet. That skill's not ready.
After I do this, I'm probably going to cut off for today because I want to do some writing. Though it is already 7. I woke up late today because it's raining.
Can't do that. That skill's not ready.
Hey, Moon, what is it, bloody? After Akmos, I'm probably gonna reset my devotions, just so I can level them up while farming, which is something I probably should have did before. It'll hamper my damage a lot, but Akmos is the only thing that I need to actually kill with damage.
That skill's not ready.
There's nothing else from this build that's gonna be difficult to get. Oh, Blade Spirits. I knew I was missing something. I guess all my RR too was on Blade Spirits. I was like, something feels like it's missing.
That skill's not ready.
Makes sense. Alright, so we go down, we kill Ilgor, we pray he has the better medallion today. Oh, what the hell. I've been spending all my mana on Blade Spirits just now.
Can't do that yet.
What? That's blocked. Stupid.
That skill's not ready.
There's our entrance. Sure, why not? This is a mana hungry build though, so be prepared. Like if you're doing the Blade Arc build and you're not doing just pure dot Blade Arc, be prepared to spam Blade Arc a lot. I mean, spam your mana potion a lot. Which one did I get? Where are you at? Again, gave me the wrong one. I think the last time when I was playing these builds and I was looking specifically for the pneumatic burst one, I was getting the ABB. Like if you do the Force Wave variant of this build, the ABB one's better. Like you use Force Wave instead of what's it called? Oh, he's got the sword. Boo. Boo. Boo that boss. See, and that's the other problem with this build is the Agmos thing. You're going to be wasting ki. Like, you'll waste... You should farm this build when you... Like, I would swap to this build when you enter Elite. I would farm this build again once you hit... Like, once you're over level 75. And then I'd farm this build a third time. I'd farm gear for this build a third time when you hit what's it called, 94. Like I'd do 3 farms for this build. Exit.
See anything you like?
No, that's not a very good one. No. It's a really good ring if you're doing a poison damage build because it has flat poison damage on it.
Iron well spent.
Okay. Number 3.
What do you think you do, boy? Alright, come on.
Can't do that yet.
What was that medal I got last time? Mighty of Winter Storm. Oh Jesus, that's good too. How much frost? 126%. Ritualist kind of sucks, but the Mighty of Winter Storm is huge. hurts. Should I change this build? Cut ABB out of the build. ABB has good frostburn damage though. Because it has acid and frostburn, I believe. But Force Wave. Force Wave is still Force Wave.
That skill's not ready.
And I could play a spam variant of that. Doing a two-handed weapon. You could level with cold force wave, like two-handed cold force wave.
Can't do that yet. I can't do that yet. My energy
One of the
is
secrets
low.
to farming is, again, skipping shit.
That skill's not ready. I can't do that yet.
And of course he had the Blackwater cocktail cups.
I can't do that yet.
Am I going to swap to the pneumatic burst version? And just not do ABB? Because 48% weapon damage is huge on a 200 weapon. Especially if you have a lot of, like ABB already has a pretty good amount of weapon damage on it anyway. But it swings your offhand weapon if you're dual wielding, so it kind of sucks if you're dual wielding. To like put points into.
That skill's not ready. Can't do that yet.
But with 100% physical to cold, dropping the internal trauma damage from Blitz on there would be nice. That was a big damage spike.
That skill's not ready.
This game really wants me to edit this build and not go
That skill's
ABB
not ready.
and swap it to Force Wave. Like, it really likes me to play Force Wave, apparently. Oh, fucking gates. Can you open the gate, please? Thank you. Got the sword again. That's a dervish weapon if you want to play like a cold dervish.
My energy is low.
Storm charged? What the fuck? What a terrible weapon. I guess storm charge does give a little bit of cold. But yeah, 100% fire to cold, 181 cold. Cold dervish is kind of weird. Okay, last run. So, is this game really fucking telling me to swap to Force Wave? Seriously. I need another coffee. Shrewd of Protection is not bad, because that percent cunning is going to be huge on the build because we do stat cunning. But Mighty of the Winter Storm is fucking masterful. We can actually put less points into physique by getting this, and it gives us that, you know, bit of spirit, so we don't have to worry about spirit as much. Elemental res is always nice. Oh, and we get 2 points into Knight's Chill because of this. That's minus 2% RR, which is huge for a single RR build. Like that's about 20% more damage. It's about 1%. It's about 10% more damage. Like for a single RR build, 1% RR is about 10% more damage outside of the normal mains. God, that's huge. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna pause real quick. It's sunny as hell outside. Just pouring rain though. I really wish the kitten wouldn't do that. First down and 20 after another false start.
I can't do that yet.
Also with 100% acid to cold, I can get like things on my gear that give me percent acid damage. Or not percent acid, but flat acid. Or flat acid, flat poison damage. Have that converted to frostburn.
I can't do that yet. Can't do that yet.
Yeah, of all the things we have to farm, this is the one that's going to take the longest. Oh, come on.
I can't do that yet.
Everything else hopefully will drop for us, though we do have to clear into Forgotten Gods to get the rest of that stuff.
That skill's not ready. That skill's not ready.
How much damage? By the way, the item that the monster drops reflects its damage. So if you're getting like lit up by a monster, usually it'll be because the item they dropped was pretty powerful or had some like amazing affixes on it. That one was okay. Like he wasn't doing that much damage to me.
I can't do that yet. That skill's not ready. That skill's not ready.
What do you have for me today? Oh,
That skill's not ready.
oh no.
That skill's not ready.
Let's get to the next floor and fix that. Oh crap. Bo Pix is slowly looking like Bo Heisman. Where was it? There it is. And this one was Pneumatic burst again. Oh god, Jesus Christ. Rune carved of vitality. Guess we're playing Force Wave, boys. 117 versus 126. 10% physique versus 12% health. And flat health. No OA, but elemental and bleeding res. No Night's Chill. Oh man. Plus this one also has the Ice Spike proc. Which may not seem like much, but it actually procs all the time. God, this is a really good one too. Losing 2 to Night's Chill kind of sucks though. But 6% health and flat health on a build that's relatively low health, that's a pretty big increase. Okay, let's go to Akmos. I just don't understand why there are no elites with this totem.
That skill's not ready. That skill's not ready.
Yay, you got your son. At least I'll have a choice today. Frostborn of Alacrity. See, Alacrity would be great if I don't do the Blitz version. This one's still going to get me 100% physical to cold because I'm going to be using a cold stone on it. 306% frostburn versus, oh, that's a huge amount of frostburn. OA, DA, 172 OA, that's a huge difference in OA though. Reduce freeze duration, Ring of Steel, Blitz. Don't think I'm using Ring of Steel on this build, just because. Actually, I might be. I might be using it. I don't remember. Both these are really good. Anyways. That's the end of that farm, and apparently we are doing the pneumatic burst version of this build. Which means we may still just go the standard route which we were doing. It just means we have to think about it. Where do I farm the flesh warped casket? Where's the best place to farm that? I want to say Cronley, or not Cronley, but what's it called? Krieg's area, but no, he's got mostly undead. It's not Cronley. It's got to be the what's it called? I want to say Naroth. Oh, Naroth is a the Gruesome Harvest might have a good place to get it. Yeah, the amalgamation, like the path up to the amalgamation, might be one of the best places. But that's so fucking. Ah, Fort Icon has a decent amount. Port Valbury outskirts has a good amount. Plains of Strife, of course. All the Port Valbury stuff has a good amount. Rotting Croplands has one of the highest amount. It's just such a pain in the ass to get to. The Conflagration has a lot of Gruesome Harvest. Yeah, the path to the Rotting Croplands seems like one of the best places. What about Fort Icon and Fort Icon Armory, Fort Icon Prison? Might be the easiest to get to, which would make it the best farm, honestly. And I killed the witch, so I could go in there too. I'm pretty sure that's part of it. Pretty sure these guys drop it. We're just looking to kill the big broody guys. None of these guys have it. There, the guys with the shields will be the ones that have it. They're kind of the big guys, basically. Outside of, what's it called? Might be pretty good too.
That skill's not ready.
I've never actually just farmed this helmet. I just always, you know, I pick up everything, so there's always like really good ones. That I just had in my stash.
That skill's not ready.
If you need her pants, you come in here. Which she apparently always drops now, which is nice. We did get one. If that wasn't of decay, I'd probably use it. This chest piece is also really good if you can get a good. There's no damage on it, base damage, but it's got percent armor and it's pretty just high. It's got a high base armor as well. Overseers of the Eagle. Wow. That increases. That gives me all the armor absorption I need. I can reduce points in the rest of the build. That's really good. That. Oh man, and it gives physical res. Yeah, reduce stun duration. There's no damage on it, of course, but all that armor absorption. Yeah, that's god tier. Guess I don't need to farm helmets anymore. Not bad for pants. And the thing about all these flesh warp things is they all give percent armor. Like, you would use these shoulders and probably this chest for a physical build, because percent armor, percent armor. If you use the soldier belt, you get percent armor. If you use the force wave metal, you get percent armor. Yeah. This one doesn't give percent armor, but there is another force wave helmet that does give percent armor though. I'll go one more place, just because. Where am I at? Here? Oh. Oh, that's like the best fucking farm. You go in there and then you come out. You can come out right here, which is where you want to go the second time anyway. And kill these guys. Don't want you. You're basically doing a full clear of this place. And kill the balls for shits and giggles. Right out here until the icons actually a lot of them. Lanes of Strife has a pretty good amount of them as well. Then this first area inside the gates of the brothels.
My energy is low. That skill's not ready. I'm out of that skill's not ready. Skill's not ready. My energy is low. My energy is low.
Let's go back to Devil's Crossing, because that's the end of the farm.
See what we have.
Let's see, I thought we got a second helmet.
That skill's not ready.
Safe storage, no questions asked. I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep the stash safe.
This would be pretty good. Mystic of the Fox. No.
Hello. How are you doing this morning, buddy? Oh, did you sleep well? Hmm. I love you. You got a big old diaper. Yeah, you silly. You silly boy. It rained so hard, buddy. Staunching of soul warding. Celestial ruin. Bad. I'm gonna go with the Overseers of the Eagle because this is just so powerful. Oopsie. Again, I'll keep these. This weapon does 20% more damage, but it has 150 less frostburn damage, which is pretty big. Let me check something as well. Physical internal trauma, acid cold. I could still do main hand weapon damage. Or I could still do ABB instead of Force Wave. I just need to look at the difference between the internal trauma. Because this build... has some buttons free. Like, I could just add ABB to this build. There are buttons free on this build. Because the natural one is this gives... It's 200% weapon damage with 300 with like 400 base frostburn damage. And if I remove that, how many points can I put into? If I swap to Force Wave, it'll be 210% weapon damage with 900 frostburn damage. Yeah, Force Wave's better. And plus I can use the spam Force Wave if I'm leveling and just easily swap out of it without a big issue. Like I can do spam up until that point. Yeah, Force Wave is better. As usual. Okay. The build is changing. Like Force Wave having an entire button that's based on. Like, 'cause I thought about like doing this as the ABB thing would be really nice, but yeah, Force Wave is just too good. Oh, you want to wear socks? Okay. Yeah, your feet are pretty cold. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There you go, baby boy. Let's look at the chess pieces we got. Oh, let me throw these in there.
Okay, Mr.
These two are off the market.
These two are so fucking good. It's hard to pick between these two. Because that OA is really nice. But that the attack speed does nothing if I'm going to be doing what's it called though? If I'm doing force wave. Not that it really matters anyway, because it's everything I'm doing is cooldown based. So this one's probably better overall than this one, so I'm gonna put this one over here. Any of these chests really good? Impervious of Decay is good. Impervious of Shattered Reality. Oh, you want Daco again? Okay. Oh, sweet boy. Hmm? You want to eat the nuts? Mystic would be not bad because of the percent spirit, because I'm low on spirit and I have to actually put. If it wasn't thorns, this would be really good. Warding is really good. What resistances am I missing on this build? I am missing a lot of chaos and aether res, as well as poison. Chaos, aether, and poison are the reses I'm missing the most. And this is aether chaos right there. This is chaos, poison, pierce. So for now I'm gonna add both of these over here. Impervious is nice. Because that adds the pierce poison. Shattered Reality is okay. It adds the OA, the damage, which I don't need, and the Chaos Res, I believe. The extra Chaos Res, yeah. These two are kind of meh. Okay. So for now, that's what that is. We'll still farm the Velexria chest piece. But anyways, that's going to be it for now. I don't know. I might do this again tomorrow, depending on that. But Tuesday will be the last day I get to play for a while because of NaNoWriMo. Alright, catch you later. Bye. Wata.